Hey everybody, I hope everyone is doing well. This week's project is going to be a birthday present for my mama. Her birthday was a couple of weeks ago, and I decided that I would make her something for her gift. This is a piece of the apple that I got earlier this year from the orchard. Most of it is relatively spalted and a little bit soft and punky. This piece in particular was pretty soft. You can see I had that big knobbly bit there, and it took me quite a while to get past that and be able to start even trying to make this thing round. Beat the tar out of me a little bit. Got a ways to go yet. You can see this has got some really nice spalting lines. We're almost there. I didn't need the whole length of this for this pencil cup to go on her desk, so I decided to cut that big branch piece out. You can see on the end grain there, it's just shredding it. It's so punky. Fortunately, I was able to drill a lot of that out, and I used my square carbide cutter to go in and try and clean the rest of the insides of the walls up. Well, not to clean them up, to get them to thickness, and then I took the Easy Wood Tools negative rake round cutter in after that to try to smooth them off, and even that didn't leave a very nice surface. I'm lucky that my dad was in skilled trades, and he also does some estate sale shopping and comes across all sorts of really cool tools and things. So I have a whole bucket full of really nice rasps and files in a variety of shapes and profiles, which come in really handy. I'm not using them quite so much as I was when I was doing more carving, but it's really nice to have that stuff around when I need it. I just soaked the inside with shellac, trying to get the fibers to stiffen up a little bit. Since this wood was so soft, I decided to go ahead and just fill that little hole. The color of mica powder that I used was supposed to be lilac, and I was really surprised at how dark purple it was. And then I remembered that there are all sorts of shades of lilacs, and there are dark purple ones. I wasn't really going for anything super fancy here. I just wanted a kind of a pleasing shape that would let the spalting do most of the talking, but that would be stable enough that, you know, you could put pencils in it and it won't be tippy. I do like the kind of hourglass shape. It makes it easy to pick it up if you want to. Rounded the edge over so it would be nice and smooth. I put just a little bit of I guess that's a chamfer, along the bottom, just so there wasn't a real sharp, pokey edge. That is a simple wood turning shear scraper, carbide shear scraper, that I use to try to clean the inside up a little bit more. I have a plethora of sanding implements. I used the long nose vice grips to hold my 2-inch pad to just kind of get the bottom a little bit, and then I used a piece of foam pipe insulation with sandpaper wrapped around that, and then one of the sanding sleeves for my spindle sander, which is a rigid, it's a hard sleeve, and that let me get a little bit more pressure inside. So the inside's not great, but I got the inside as smooth as I could. So that was denatured alcohol to help clean a little bit of the dust off. And this is a 1 pound cut of shellac to try to help seal the surface some. Homemade abrasive sanding paste. My dish scrubby sanding pad. And I decided just to put the Howard's Feed and Wax on this piece. I kind of like the matte finish for some things, so I didn't go with the shine juice on this one. Here I'm rubbing off the excess after probably about an hour of letting it soak in there. Giving a little buff. And I put a coat of the polishing paste that I made on. Again, this is really pretty hard and waxy. I think I still have too high a mixture of mineral oil to beeswax and carnauba wax, but I do like the way that it looks. This is just a hunk of pine 4x4 that I had. I've used previously as sort of a jam chuck, so I'm just going to turn the diameter down to where I can fit the cup over top of it, and it will bottom out in the bottom of the cup, and then use the pressure from the tailstock to hold it on there while I get the rest of the little nib off from where I parted it off, and then also I'll sand it a little bit while I've got it on the lathe. I'm just rounding the edges over there. I put a little piece of shelf liner or rug gripper in the bottom just to help hold the thing still. And you can see I've got a lot of torn end grain there on the bottom, which is really why I put it on the lathe. I could have easily knocked that bit off with a chisel and just sanded it, but I wanted to put it on and see if I could cut across the end grain and get a smoother finish, which I did. It was definitely worth making the little jam chuck for. That is a reciprocating carver that accepts all of the flex cut carving blades that I have from when I was doing primarily carving. And that's just a flat chisel blade in there, and it works nicely to help me get the nib off the bottom. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. I really appreciate all the support. It's great to read your comments, so keep them coming. Y'all be safe out there. We'll see you next time.